When did you start accepting less from yourself? Not all at once, just slowly. You walk into a room and take the smallest space. You avoid the mirror. You avoid the moment. You laugh when you're unsure. You agree when you don't believe. No one calls you weak. They don't have to. Because weakness doesn't announce itself. It just lives there. It's in your silence, in your hunched shoulders, in the way your eyes avoid the eyes that carry weight. You sit, but you're not present. You speak, but your words don't hold. This isn't fear, it's erosion. You used to want more, now you just want to be ignored. Weakness isn't loud, it's quiet. And that's what makes it dangerous. Weakness doesn't come from a single moment. It comes from small ones. You stay quiet when you should speak. You pause when you should move. You let things slide that needed to be handled. Not because you're afraid, but because it's easier. This is behavioral erosion. You choose comfort one time. Then again. Then it becomes the pattern. You don't stand up because you haven't stood up in a while. You avoid eye contact because it feels safer. You stay low because rising feels unfamiliar. This is mental surrender. Not giving up loudly, but letting your edge dissolve without a fight. It doesn't look like failure, it looks like softness. You don't lose strength all at once. You leak it, and soon you're light. Not in body, in presence. You walk in and no one feels it, not because you're invisible, but because you've stopped carrying weight. Most men aren't born weak. They build it one soft choice at a time. Weakness doesn't always hurt. Sometimes it just feels hollow. You wake up and nothing feels sharp. Not your body, not your mind. You look in the mirror and glance away. Not because you hate what you see, but because there's nothing to see. You speak, but your words feel light, like they could float away and no one would notice. You joke more than you should. You say, "It's fine," too often. You scroll, just to fill space. You eat just to feel something. There's no crisis, no breakdown, just a low, quiet ache that never leaves. You walk through the day like a ghost in your own body. You agree with things you don't believe. You show up, but no one feels you there. You're not failing, you're fading. And the worst part is no one sees it. Because weakness on the inside is quiet. It doesn't scream, it whispers. And every time you ignore it, it grows. He was never a problem, never caused conflict. He showed up on time, said the right things, stayed out of the way. He followed rules, smiled when unsure, laughed when he felt nervous, agreed when he didn't want to. He wasn't weak because he lost. He was weak because he never tried. He avoided discomfort so long it became his comfort. No one challenged him because no one saw him as a threat. He blended in not because he had to, but because it was easier. Time passed, people grew, he didn't. He wasn't pushed out, he was just never invited in. And that's the truth of it. He didn't fail. He disappeared. Soft. Unnoticed. Untouched. You've seen him, you've felt him, maybe you are him. Power doesn't show up one day. It's carved and slowly, painfully alone. Line by line, action by action. You don't become strong by accident. You become strong by choosing what hurts, by waking up when it's dark, by training when you're tired, by holding boundaries. No one will praise you for. This is chosen pressure. This is discipline over comfort. The work is silent, the pain is private, but the result is something people feel when you walk into a room. That's earned presence. It's not about looking powerful. It's about being heavy, not in body but in presence. You carry weight, not physical but mental. You carry responsibility. You carry standards. You carry the burden that most people avoid. And you do it without asking for recognition. That's real power. Not loud, not fast, but deep. Built from choices no one sees. Most men don't stumble into power. They either carry it or they don't. You stop being the weakest one by doing what no one sees. Wake up early, not for results, but for control. Train when you're tired, not to impress, but to rebuild. Keep promises you make in silence, the ones no one tracks. Speak only when your words carry weight. Don't explain, don't justify, let your actions explain you. This isn't belief, it's execution. You don't need more confidence. You need more reps, more discomfort, more quiet consistency. Walk into every room like you're carrying something earned. Not fake posture, not loud noise, but presence. Built in sweat, built in silence, built in mornings no one else shows up for. This path is quiet. No one claps. No one sees it at first, but over time people feel it. They sit up straighter when you enter. They listen when you speak, because power isn't something you say. It's something you carry. And once it's real, it speaks before you do. Who are you when you're not performing? Take away the bravado. Take away the noise, the validation, the likes, the masks. What's left? Would anyone still feel your presence if you said nothing at all? Real strength doesn't ask for attention. It doesn't need a stage. It walks into a room and shifts the air. It doesn't speak first. It doesn't chase eyes. It stands. Silent. Still. Heavy. Not with anger, not with ego, but with weight. Earned weight. The kind you carry when no one else will. The kind that can't be faked, bought, or copied. Strength isn't about how you look. It's about what you carry when no one else does. If you're tired of being overlooked, stay close. We don't chase noise. We don't perform. We build in silence. In early mornings, in cold rooms, in spaces no one claps for. This isn't about being seen. It's about becoming someone that can't be ignored. No one sees it now, but they will. If you're building in the shadows, you're not alone.